We welcome Jim Jefferies back to the program. Playing Carolines all weekend long. Ticket sales very good for tonight and tomorrow. I'm hearing,
very good for the early shows. I think better than the late shows. But
I got the Philly crew coming up to see you. They love you.
Excellent.
Big fans of comedy down there in Philly. The gang I hang out with. But they don't come up for everybody. But they're like, Jim Jefferies, we're there.
Well, don't tell them I'm going to Philly in like a week.
Oh, really?
Yeah, don't tell them.
Oh, shit. No, don't tell them.
Are you really?
Yeah, it's like, I think it is like next week or the week after I'm going to be in Philadelphia.
Helium?
Doing like a little theater. I don't know.
Are you doing a theater down there?
Yeah, it's
nice.
very
Very cool. Very nice. Yeah, but Caroline's tonight, tomorrow, and Sunday, 212-757-4100. Tickets are doing very well, so if you're thinking about it, you should call soon and get that done, okay?
Yes.
Get your reservations for Jim Jefferies.
Absolutely.
Jim walked in. I'm like, hey, what do you want to talk about? He's like, well, you guys kind of did the 9/11 thing. But then he went off on how weird we are in America because we say 9/11.
9/11 instead of 11/9.
What's up with the 11/9? That's stupid.
Everywhere else in the world would put the day first, and then the month, and then the year. It's just a natural progression. Why wouldn't you do it that way? Why would you put the fucking month first? It's very confusing. And how do you do business with other countries doing that?
Because we're the greatest country in the world.
Because we like do everything and everyone follows suit.
Yeah.
I don't know.
We did acknowledge the rest of the world in the late 70s, and we said,
we tried.
all right, we're going to do the metric system.
We tried.
The rest of the world does the
really-
metric system.
Then we said, fuck
I remember
you.
the pressure in school going, no, we're going to be doing this a different way. You got to learn this shit.
What, centimeters and stuff?
And then who decided, fuck that?
Yeah.
Was it the president or somebody said, you know what,
I think
fuck that?
Reagan finally was like, yes, fuck you.
Because wasn't it a time thing? They said, well, in the year blah, which was a couple years down the road.
Everything's going to be metric.
Kind of like, yeah.
And they started putting like metric and standard
The metric
measurement
system
on
is
there,
better, though.
which they still kind of do. 0.5 liters.
It is until you start talking about your weight and it's stones or something.
Yeah, but
What?
like when you're talking
Well, that's
centimeters to inches,
Right.
That's a finer measurement, so it's more exact. And also a meter, you have the 100-meter race, don't you?
Yeah.
You don't fuck around with how many yards is that? Like
440-yard race.
that's retarded. Why would anyone want to
run
run
the 440? Ever run the 440?
The 440 is one lap.
Yeah.
But he's talking about the sprint, which I
know.
I think we said it was a 100-yard dash or something.
But 100
100
yard.
100-yard. You can't have a 100-yard dash and a 100-meter race. The Olympics
Why?
is 100.
Well,
because they're
it's
different
metric.
measurements.
It's
Why?
metric in
I
the,
did it right the first
the Olympic. The Olympic.
Yeah, that does improve your time if you take it down to yards. You go, I'm shit at the 100 meters, but I'm fucking fast at the 100 yards.
So if it was so good, why then would we just put the month first and then the day second? Like if
Well,
the
see,
world...
the thing is, when you go into the post office and you ask someone, you go, "What's the date?" What are you waiting to hear? Are you waiting to hear the month or the day? You're waiting to hear the day.
Right.
So if someone says, I don't know, what's the month at the moment, like the 8th or 9th or something? What are we in 9th? Are we in the 9th? Actually, I don't know. That's just ruined my argument.
So you need to know it's so fast that you can't look over that first number and just see what the second number.
I just think it's... And it's also...
I need to know the day. No, you're getting the month first.
I think it's a little bit convenient that it's 9/11, like it's your 911 phone number. If your calendar went the same as everyone else's, then it's 11/9, and it's not
11/9.
creepy in the slightest.
That's true. Well, yeah.
So I think the terrorists probably started this up many, many years ago, just, in preparation. Because they're always preparing, the terrorists. They're always putting effort in.
Yeah.
You can say what you want about them, but, oh, that girl in the raincoat's cute, isn't she? In the middle.
Well, yeah, but we're not,
Kinda...
it's a pretty serious thing down there, Jim. You shouldn't be looking at the girls and figuring out which one you want to bang.
Yeah, the thing is, there's the girls in
They're
the choir.
they're singing a very somber song right now. A little respect for our country,
And
okay?
also, you got to look at them. When 9/11 happened, they were like 4.
True. True.
So they're not that upset about it. They're really young. They don't even remember it. Not like me. I had to live through
I
it.
know. They didn't even know. They have no clue.
I remember when
11/9.
9/11 happened, this is what happened to me. Like, I'd never been out of Australia, right? And I was packing my suitcase to go off on my adventure to Britain.
Yeah.
I was living in my parents' house, and I was like, oh, I'm going to go on a big plane and fly to Britain with my bag full of dreams, right? and then I'm packing my bag, watching the television, then boom!
Oh, shit.
And I'm like, the
I don't think
airport's
I want to
gonna
go
be
anymore.
shit tomorrow.
Oh, man.
They still flew planes out of Australia. Nothing
Yeah.
happened.
Oh, they didn't care.
Yeah,
we stopped all air traffic here.
They stopped it here, and they did environmental check, and they said that it was the lowest level of pollution ever on record in America since they've been taking records.
Is that true? Don't make me go to Snopes.
No, because there was no airplanes.
Yeah.
Because
Burning
airplanes
fuel.
has been and so you can say what you want about terrorism, but it's good for the environment.
I don't know about over Manhattan though. It was kind of
the air wasn't great.
The air wasn't really good
was-
over Lower Manhattan. I'll
It
tell you
smelled
that
like
much.
death and plastic burning.
Yeah, it was really
Yeah, it
horrible.
was a lot of fun for us, Jim.
I'm not bagging it. I'm just saying about. I'm not being not.
Fucking
I'm not
bagging
being
the date.
disrespectful.
Bagging the date.
Boy,
the fucking
yeah.
way we say it.
Yeah,
it should be 11-9.
Yeah, let's rework the day.
I haven't come in and said, I'm glad it happened or anything like that. All I've said is we've reworked the day. Opie's getting a bit serious on this one.
You're working the date. You're looking at girls you want to bang at Ground Zero today.
When are they going to start building another building there?
Oh,
Exactly.
Don't get us started.
Yeah, that's what we were talking about. It's like, what the fuck? People are going back into a ditch for another fucking year, 8 years later.
They still haven't built anything there.
'Cause
There
they're-
seems to be trucks down there doing
Because they're
things.
getting all their materials from Australia. We're waiting for them to
Yeah,
be
yeah.
shipped over.
One piece at a time.
One piece at a time. Let's go to Jimmy in Staten Island. Jimmy.
Gene.
Hey guys, for a short period of time, they converted Route 17 upstate to metric only. It was like 86 kph. So of course my car doesn't have kph. So I got pulled over doing 85 and a 55. I fought the ticket and won.
Yeah, because you're like, all I saw is fucking 86.
Yeah.
Don't give me shit.
Exactly it.
Yeah.
Oh, that must have been a nice day that you beat that ticket.
Yeah, that's a weird
Have a
one.
good day, guys.
All right.
Because in Britain they still use miles and that type of stuff. Britain uses a bit of everything.
Miles per hour?
Yep.
Well, because they want to be like us.
But they're on the other side of the fucking road.
Yeah, it was
What's that about?
Australia's on the other side of the road as
Yeah,
well.
Yeah,
well,
hear what happened in
explain that.
Samoa?
Explain that. I'll explain it.
Yeah, explain why you're driving on the wrong side of the fucking road.
England's an older country than you, and they had the other side of the road before you did.
Yeah, but it doesn't make sense.
But you didn't have
'Cause it's
cars
left.
before we did.
You one of these, no, but they used to have horses and carriages.
Oh.
But I don't understand.
Oh, but the second you get a car, you got to go, all right, we got to switch. I don't know what. Yeah, I don't know. That must have been a greeting thing.
And also, America thinks they invented the car. They didn't invent the car.
No,
Carl's
invented-
Benz.
Yeah, invented the
Mass-produced car.
mass production.
No, we invented and discovered everything.
Yeah,
The internal
yeah.
combustion engine
Everything.
That was Carl.
was a black man.
That was Carl's
The
Benz
airplane, two black men.
in Stuttgart. I've been to the museum. It's good. Two black men.
That's good.
Two black men invented the airplane.
It is
Yes.
a good museum, man. I
In
tell you,
Stuttgart.
If you go to Stuttgart, check out the Mercedes museum. It's fucking awesome.
Stuttgart.
You do.
They have this machine that you put around your neck and you point at the different cars and there's two buttons. There's like you're retarded, you're intelligent, right? And the intelligent one will go, the combustion engine had this many things, and I was like, "Ugh," and an engine size of whatever, and then a boot space of cubic inches and all that type of stuff, right? And then you hit the retard button and go, this is a red car, it's fast. Because you start off listening to all the intelligent stuff, like, oh, this is cool. By the end, you're on retard button everywhere you go.
Yeah, in Samoa apparently, they've they had to switch the sides of the road and the car.
Is that because they're such fat bastards?
Yeah, they're real fat. You know, they had to switch the
You
sides.
should never do that. If you're driving on the left side of the road, you just got to keep it.
You know what though?
No,
they
the
switched
secret,
it.
It's very easy. The secret is,
But it's stupid to switch it because that's going to just cause
You know what they?
havoc.
Yeah, you
when
know,
you're driving on the wrong side of the road, because the car seat's different as well.
Yeah.
You're always sitting in the middle of the road. You don't think left and right. 'Cause
That's what
otherwise
I-
that will confuse you.
Yeah, yeah.
You're
Yeah,
always sitting in the
But
middle.
that doesn't
Middle of
make
the road.
sense either. Why would you put yourself in the middle of the road?
But you're in the
But
middle.
makes-
we're in the middle of the road too.
No, I know.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense in America
It
either.
is stupid.
Wouldn't
You should be on the other side.
You
of the
should
road.
be as far away from the oncoming
So if you
car
have a
as
head-on
possible.
collision,
Isn't that the
Right.
death seat, the other seat?
It's not the death seat. If you see those cars zooming by, you're going 60, 70 miles an hour.
Well, then you turn
right
and
to your
make sure it
left.
hits the passenger compartment. I don't know. It's just one of those things. But they had to actually make a. They gave everybody 2 extra days off.
to try to figure it out.
Yeah, so there wouldn't be all this rush hour traffic and everything like that, and put like extra cops out there. But how do you switch though? Imagine if all of a sudden, hey, we're switching. All the signs that would have to be turned around, and
Oh my God, I
the
gotta-
infrastructure.
No, but it's the
would be-
changing of cars.
And-
Buying the different cars. Actually switching the road is pretty easy.
You'd have to turn every fucking sign around.
But guys, have you
How many
ever been
signs
to
we
Samoa?
have?
They
Oh,
have, like-
I don't mean Samoa. I mean if you try to do it
Samoa
like
have
here.
like 4 signs,
Yeah.
6 cars.
Says, stop eating, you fat fuck.
Anthony, remind me, we haven't done an April Fool's prank in a while?
Yeah. They're going to be changing the sides of the road. Oh,
it's perfect for us.
Oh, my God.
It's perfect for us.
Until someone does it, gets into an accident,
It's
we get
perfect for us.
fired and
What?
sued.
What happened?
That's what happened?
What? They've changed the sides.
Oh,
okay.
good gravy.
Let me say hi to Eric in Pennsylvania. Eric.
What's up, man?
Evening.
Hey,
Evening.
Hey, as far as the driving on the other side of the road in England, it comes from medieval times during joustings because majority of the people were right-handed, so they were able to hold on to the jousting stick very strong.
Get in, son. Good point. I was just going to make that point. Thank you for
jousting.
saying it for me.
So you're still driving fucked up because of jousting. That's great.
Hang out, guys.
Makes sense.
What, we didn't joust here?
And that's why you sit in the middle, because historically in British cars you'd still have your jousting stick out the window.
You make rights on left? Or rights on left? You make lefts on red?
So if you're on the left hand...
You can make a left on red, right?
A left on red for you guys?
You can make a left on red, right?
We do right on red, you make left on red?
No, in theory you could, but that law... no, you can only turn on a green light.
Why?
I agree. I think you people have... You've got toilets that are better, and the right hand on red
is good.
is
Although
good
you can't
as well.
do it in New York City.
What about the building
You
of...
can't do it in Why?
I go through red lights in New York City. No, I completely disobey the law.
What about the building of the roadways? Came a time, all right, we got to build a lot of roads, and there was a lot of open land, but we still insisted they had to be right next to each other. How stupid was that?
Oh, the lanes, yeah.
We had an opportunity when we started building the roads to make sure that there weren't really going to be any head-on collisions.
Yeah.
That is a good point.
And now to this day, when we build new highways and roads, we're still building them right next to each other.
No, it's because they know that people want to make illegal U-turns.
Yeah.
Yeah, they go, well, you're not meant to do it, but
I'm
every
gonna do
now
it
and again,
anyway.
everyone gets 5.
That just seems kind of dumb, no?
I'm gonna just do this.
Let me say hi to Larry King. Larry.
Good morning, Bubba boy.
Good morning, Larry.
King, wow.
And a question for Jim.
Yeah.
Yes, Larry.
In England, the 3 lefts make a right.
3 left make a right.
Joe in Philly. Joe.
Hey, boys, how's it going?
What's up, Joe?
Birthday, little girlfriend. What I was told is the way that it started is because when people were in carriages, they would shake hands with their right hand, which is the closest way versus having to reach across yourself. Punch it out.
Wait, is that it?
That brings us
on
on
the
to
other side of the...
Yeah, you know how when we wear a shirt, you know how your buttons are there?
Yes.
And on the other side, girls' buttons are the other side, right?
Right.
That's how you can tell the difference between a man and a woman's shirt.
Yes.
And the reason for that is because back in the day, men were too retarded to dress themselves. And it made it easier for a woman to button up.
to button it up?
Yeah, that's right.
Is that where that comes from?
That's
where it
pretty
comes
funny.
from,
Come
yeah.
on.
I like where
That is funny.
I like that we're finding out where all this crap comes from. Hey, Anthony's brother's on the line here. Joe Cumia.
What's Joe doing?
Hey, brother Joe, I gotta tell you, you just saved me a phone call. I was telling Anthony this morning, I'm sporting a U2 Joshua Tree T-shirt,
Get out of here. That's classic, man.
and Bloomingdale's at the Walt Whitman Mall. In the back, they kind of have a rock and roll section. They got a bunch of really cool U2 shirts, and I figured, for you, it would be great because you're doing the U2 thing.
You too.
They got
Nice. I'm going to have to go there and wear a U2 shirt while I play and look like a tool.
well, or you wear it before you go on. I don't know,
Yeah.
but I figured that would be some info you might want to do something with. They got Rattle and Hum shirts under a Blood Red Sky shirt.
That's the best one, though. The one
They
you got.
got
Yeah.
they got Boy.
They haven't got lemon, do they? The Joshua. No.
Hell, fucking no.
How gay would you have to be to wear a Zooropa?
Zooropa.
I actually have something to say that pertains to the conversation you guys were just
Wait,
having.
all right, but before that, do you do any songs from Zooropa?
Yeah, we do Stay. We do, what else do we do off Zooropa? We do Stay. We do...
Stay's all right.
We do a
Is
ton
he
of
in a
stuff.
YouTube cover
We
band?
do so much.
Yeah.
We probably do the entire record.
I was talking to Joe at the UFC fights down in Philly, and man, like Ant said, he's got this thing franchised. I'm like,
he's
I'm like,
franchised
Joe,
now.
how could you be down here when 2U's got to be playing somewhere? It's a weekend. He's like, I got all the replacement guys are doing it
Yeah.
this weekend.
He doesn't even have to show up
It's
anymore.
amazing.
It's just
That rules.
It's like,
We're on the road to Chicago. Me and Mike Background are in the.
Are you going to Chicago?
All right.
Yeah. Yeah, we're about we're about halfway through, about a quarter of the way through Pennsylvania right now.
You're driving to Chicago?
Yeah, I have production with me. We're bringing the whole PA, lights, everything. It's at McFadden's, right over by Soldier Field, and U2 is playing there tomorrow and Sunday. So we're going to be doing the pre and post parties at McFadden's on State Street in Chicago.
Let me tell you something. I got to help Joe with the 2U band. We haven't talked about it in a while. I'm a big U2 fan. I know, whatever. But when I saw him at the Garden, Joe was playing the House of Blues, and U2 put on an amazing show. And then I went and saw Brother Joe, and he put on an amazing show, playing a lot of the songs that U2 didn't do in concert.
Yeah.
It was perfect.
We do that a lot, man. A lot of the stuff that Bono can't hit notes on anymore. Our lead singer is totally capable. I mean, he's got an amazing voice, and it's just something that U2 can't do a lot of the songs that they used to do. Like Two Hearts Beat As One, just like that would tear Bono's throat out. So they either drop the key, like a full step, or they don't do the song. So.
Yeah. No, 2U is all right. And you got two versions now touring around?
Yeah, sometimes we do. It's usually when I'm double booked or when I can't, when one of the members can't be at a gig, we'll send the subs out. But it's a mix and match thing. I mean, we're all capable. Everybody is. Everybody knows this stuff inside out. So we've played in every possible combination, and at times we have two bands go out at the same time when it's necessary. But we were coming through the Midtown this morning, and because I have a trailer behind me, I get pulled over religiously. But it was a funny thing. I pull up to the toll booth today, and it's 9/11, and no one stopped me. No one.
Really?
With the trailer, yeah. So I pulled up to the toll booth and I said, I could have. I said to the cop at the booth, I said, no one stopped me going into the tunnel. I could have a trailer full of fuel oil and fertilizer, and no one would,
Why would
no one
you say
stopped
that?
me to inspect. Pull over, sir. Pull over to the right, please. We got
Exactly. Why would you say that? Oh my God, that's like.
I was busting balls.
Yeah, but that's like saying bomb at the airport.
Right.
Yeah. When you're at the airport, did you pack it yourself? I don't know.
I recognized the cop. He recognized me. He knows that I'm your brother.
Oh, okay, good. Get me in trouble,
tunnel
too.
a million times with that.
Yeah.
So he says to me, let me see your license, just to be sure, I guess. And he checks my license, sees my last name is Cumia. He goes, we pull your fucking brother over. He was seeing that news chick. I don't know. We must have pulled him over 4 times, blowing the fucking stop sign over here.
Oh yeah. I used to come around that corner.
And he goes, he would come out with a fucking handful of PBA cards. Expecting to get off. So I just thought that was kind of tied into what you guys were talking about earlier.
Right.
Yeah, when we get pulled over, we're magicians all of a sudden. Pick one. Which one do
That
you want?
fucking stop sign is useless over there. That's why I never stop.
It is.
It should be a yield sign over there, motherfuckers.
Yeah, I really do not. I don't pay attention to much on the road either. I drive so much. I really don't give two fucks about what anybody's trying to do.
I'll just take the fucking pullover.
From here to there, I'm going to get there at any cost, and that's that.
That's it. All right, there, Joe. Have fun in Chicago. Where are you playing over there again?
Yeah, we're playing. It's McFadden's on North State Parkway in the city of Chicago. We're doing 2 shows, one at 6 and one at 11, before and after the U2 shows over at Soldier Field. So
cool, man.
It's going to be great, man. We have our own production. Like I said, the sound and the lights are going to be incredible at this place. We're bringing our own. So, and I'll definitely give you a call when I get back, man.
Cool, man. Have fun.
All right, kids. Thanks.
Later. Brother Joe, everyone.
That's good. Go see Joe.
It's if you're into U2, it's so worth it.
Yeah.
You extend your U2 night with Brother Joe.
Yeah.
Anthony and yes, there, Jim.
Just a gate. Oh,
what happened?
2 different channels, but they're still giving us the same
It's the
names.
same exact. Yeah.
Then occasionally you don't get the same. Oh, it's very creepy.
That's weird. That is kind of creepy.
Maybe they're reading.
Are they reading the names?
They must be.
Yeah, that would be a hell of a coincidence.
Yeah, I was about to say.
You match up a couple of thousand names.
Anthony
Jesus.
in Minnesota. Anthony
in Sarasota, you mean?
Sarasota
There
is
you
different
go.
than
All right.
Minnesota.
Sarasota checking in.
Where all the rich rednecks hang out. Hey, I just wanted to call you about the driving on the left-hand side of the road actually predates medieval times considerably. It was adopted by the Romans, and the reason why is it came from the chariots. Basically, you cross draw. Your sword is mounted on your left side. You cross draw with your right hand. Most people are right hand to defend your chariot as the opposer is coming, and that leaves your left hand free to hold the reins to control the horse that's drawing the actual chariot.
That is a good point.
You know what I know this is leading to? At some point, someone's going to call up and go, no, that's not right. And it always ends up being because they wipe their ass with their bare hand. It always turns into that, no matter what it is. Driving, handshaking, how you put your shoes on. It always ends up, it's because they wipe their ass with their bare hand.
So in other words, it comes from the Middle East to the Arabs.
That's always
right.
Yeah, the Arabs invented it.
It's going
they wipe with their hand.
Back to cavemen.
Yeah, that's it. It goes back to cavemen and how they clobber each other with big rocks.
We got dinosaurs used to walk past you.
Oh, God damn.
All right, Anthony, thank you. Let's go to Phil. Phil?
That's pretty convincing, though, isn't it? Chariots.
Yeah, it would be. Chariots.
Yeah,
That's a
makes
good one.
more
That's a
sense
good one.
than anything else we've heard. What's up there, Phil?
Hello, Phil.
Phil Connors?
This left-handed traffic thing, at least in the mining industry, they
It-
do that because of the cab location. If you drift into each other and have a slight head-on, there's less chance of the driver getting seriously injured.
Interesting.
Because your
Yeah,
cabs
see?
will be on opposite sides
Yeah,
of the vehicle.
yeah,
I don't
yeah.
know if that'll pertain to street traffic, but, that's the way they do it down there in Texas anyways.
I hear you.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
John in Indiana. John.
Hey there, Jan.
Hey, just wanted to give you guys something to think about real quick. The whole thing about the date first and month, I mean, if you've got a baby you have, don't you give it in pounds and ounces?
Yeah.
I mean, you don't go from specific to general. You go from general to specific.
Oh.
Yeah.
And also, if you have money in your pocket, Anthony, you got $5 and a quarter in your pocket. What do you have? You have.
I have
Then
five
why,
and a quarter.
then why don't you start with the
see?
year? Why don't you start with the
See?
year then?
Because
Well,
the year.
yeah, that's what I'm
You should
saying.
know
Oh,
that.
Come on, why not?
You should.
Doesn't go all the way, Jeffrey.
Jim is like,
Oh, wait,
let's start
yeah.
with the year, motherfucker.
That's pretty general,
Oh, wait,
isn't it?
He just proved Jim Jeffries' point, kind of.
Well, he had a great point until Jim Jeffries said, then
Yeah.
why not start with the
Yeah,
year?
all right.
We
'Cause I
can't
was in
win
on
because
this,
we're
too.
fucked up both ways.
Yeah, you put it in the middle.
Yeah. It's either forward or backwards. You either start with the year and end with the fucking day.
He actually went after I proved him wrong. He just went, immigrant.
I didn't even catch that. Oh, what an asshole. That's great.
We should jump back in a break so we could get Otto in here. Otto's down the hall. Busy day today on the Opie and
man.
Anthony show. Before we do that, remember the like guy? A Buffalo Bills football player
I hear you.
was being asked a couple questions during a press conference, and this is him answering two questions. It leads to the fine remix we got in front of us.
Right.
I just
That's not real, is it?
For the
I
most part,
insist
it's
it's
real.
not real.
There might be a couple edits in
I
there,
hear
but in general,
too many
that
like
is real. Yes.
similarities, but
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So,
They got the same names going, but different pictures on some of the people, which is
Yeah.
odd. Oh, shoot. See, they got a picture on Channel 5 for one girl, and then Channel
Yeah,
11
that-
doesn't have a picture.
That's a
That's a better
different
picture on the bottom.
It's like different relatives have sent them in. That one's a black and white photo. It was only 2001.
Wow.
Oh, come on.
Wow. Same picture.
You have a problem with black and white photos now? Jesus.
Oh, he doesn't care.
even
You don't
mention it.
care.
I'm being mean now.
He's not
I'm
in
being
it.
mean.
like-
He's
You don't care. You're not from this
not
country. I
American.
understand.
Doesn't care.
I have no fucking idea what the big event was in Australia.
Oh, that was
We had a-
709 or
No,
something.
7-7 was Britain.
7-7.
No,
Oh,
what was the big thing that happened in Australia that most
Australia-
Americans have no idea about? Your 9/11, let's say.
Our 9/11 didn't happen in Australia. It happened in Bali, right? But it happened because Bali's frequented by the Australians. That's where we go and
Yeah.
spend our money because you get a beer for like 5 cents and then they give you money back with it, you know.
nice.
But they blew up a nightclub in Bali.
I remember that.
That was filled with Australians. So we lost a couple of hundred or something.
But what about something on your home soil there? And
Oh,
what's,
nothing,
What's the
nothing.
biggest event? We talk about Pearl Harbor in the United States.
We had a
9/11.
If you watch that movie Australia, we had as many. I don't know if there's many. The end of that movie Australia with Hugh Jackman and Nicole Kidman or whatever.
Yeah.
We had Darwin where we had all of our boats. The Japanese came and blew up all that as well.
I would say Thunderdome.
Thunderdome.
Yeah, I think Thunderdome was a big one.
We had a thing as big as Pearl Harbor in comparison.
Really?
And no one knows about it.
No one gives a shit.
They didn't even broadcast it in the media at the time that it happened. They kept it all hush-hush. Yeah.
What year was it? Same year?
Same year. It was like a week later or something.
A week later?
Yeah.
Oh, poor bastards.
I'm not exact here, but it's in that movie. That was the big climax of the movie.
You watched that movie?
We've had other things like the genocide of the Aboriginal people. You know,
we all do that.
We have that with the American Indians. Who cares, right?
They'd argue that was an
up
event.
top on that one. I mean, got to clean out the riffraff, right? Before you start your country.
Did you give them casinos?
No,
we did. See, we're fucking
way
decent.
worse than you.
Yeah.
Oh, I think someone once called Australia South Africa, where the white man won. Like that's
shit!
Like, that's pretty bad.
Hold on. Can I call a travel agent? I have to book a flight to Australia.
It's funny you say that because 400 years ago today, Henry Hudson discovered Manhattan. And we're
a
having a
long time
problem with people discovering places
shit.
where people already live.
Yeah. Well,
Henry Hudson came down the fucking river.
That's that whole thing that blows the Bible out of whole concept. In the Bible, they still thought the earth was flat, and they thought the only country was like some Arab country.
Yeah, that was it. Wherever they were.
Right. So, yeah, wherever they were, right?
That was it.
So anything that wasn't found didn't exist. But God made the world, yet in his fucking book, he didn't want to mention.
No, he didn't mention it.
Because the most asked...
This fucking simple, but fucking perfect. I'm so depressed now. There's nothing when you die.
The most,
just explained everything.
Asked question on a webpage called Ask God is... Were there koalas on the ark? No, were there kangaroos on the ark? Is what every kid asks. And the answer is, although there's no mention of kangaroos, of course there was, because there's two of each animal.
Because there's
but also because God did not know about his own creations until we, the humans, found them and put them in print.
And put them in print, yeah.
So God discovers the world, but the Bible doesn't talk about the other side of the world.
The Bible doesn't know the rest of the world.
No.
We just rot for eternity.
Yeah, that's all we do.
It took Jim Jefferies to
pretty
figure
much
it out for me.
The Prophet Jefferies.
I never thought of that.
Yeah,
they were it was like a local radio station.
It's like a local radio, exactly.
Just talking about their area.
Yeah, it's like of course.
Oh,
everyone always does that. Go, how could Noah get fucking two of each animal on the ark? He was in Afghanistan with a couple of yaks and 4 lizards.
Yeah, where are you going to get
I could get that in the back of my car.
An American eagle?
Yeah, exactly.
Where are you going to get that? Well,
he didn't have tigers and shit. All the animals on the ark were.
You didn't talk about the Grand Canyon. Nothing in the Bible.
Elephants.
No, nothing.
No fucking Grand Canyon. Yellowstone.
Rattlesnakes.
Nothing.
No, there's no zebras.
What about the Caribbean?
Yeah, how's he going to
talk
get
about the Caribbean?
Did you just say a zebra?
Zebra, yeah.
Motherfucker.
How would you
Love
say
it.
Get out.
Love it.
No one says
zebra.
No one says
Everyone
zebra
says
on
zebra.
our show ever.
Zebra.
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 Well,
how do you say H?
he'd be
Do
like,
you say H?
you say fucking Deborah. So you say zebra.
Exactly.
You don't call her Debra.
You just proved your own point.
I know. I'm just saying what you're going to say.
Hey, did you guys, Tom in Boston?
Shit.
Well, let Tom ask Jim Jefferies. Tom.
Good evening.
Hey, Tom.
Hey, fellas. Jim, you might know, Australia rounded up all their Arabs after 9/11. Isn't that true? They went in and rooted them out of everywhere.
Yeah.
I don't think that's true.
That would have been nice.
No, I don't think that's true.
Oh. All right, then. Thanks.
That's all right. I think that would still be seen as an illegal act.
That might be seen as...
You can't go around with a stick going, get out of there.
Why? It's Australia.
You can't. You know something
you can do
also.
You, want down
you
there.
can't round up people.
Yeah.
That's the worst thing that you could do to people is round them up. Because it's not. You don't round people up to go to an amusement park.
Because we've never done that before.
You round them up. Something bad happens after they're rounded up.
They kind of hold a grudge after that for many years.
Down to a
In some
mosque.
cases, over 400 years.
Is there any muzzies here? Yeah. If there's any muzzies, just come with me. Nothing's going to happen. We want to talk to you. We just want to talk to you.
Let's go to break.
You with the pretty eyes over here.
We're going to continue with this, but I want to get Otto in because he's been waiting around
where's
a
Otto?
little too long. So a quick break. So the Like 'em thing, we're just playing the remix going into break here, okay? For everybody? All right. Oh, by the way, Jim Jefferies, Caroline's all weekend long. Tickets going fast. 212-757-4100. I turned down all our monitors before. What's up, Otto? I want to say hi to Otto from Otto and George in studio.
Thank you.
Playing the Comedy Shop in Pine Brook, New Jersey tonight and tomorrow night. JJComedy.com or call 866-552-6633, extension 1.
Extension 1, yeah. Is that what it says? I guess.
Makes it a little difficult. Go to OttoandGeorge.com for all of Otto's dates.
Thanks for having me on, man. You guys have never said no to me. I appreciate that.
That's because we're scared of you, Otto.
Sense of entitlement.
No, we're scared of you. That's why.
Yeah, petrified.
You look like you could be a problem.
It's getting hot in here. Isn't that your signal for what's?
It used to be. It used to be.
Yeah,
Master Poe, right?
Master Poe.
How is he doing?
We have a new signal.
No.
Mm-hmm.
Steve is gay.
Oh.
Yeah, then he comes running in.
Whatever happened to line of the day? You guys don't
We just
do
brought
that?
it back.
Just brought it
Literally
back.
2 days
Good.
ago.
Cool.
Anything we can do to shorten the actual live time of the program so we can get the fuck out of here sooner.
I don't know
That's
how you guys
we
do
roll.
it. I don't know how you do it every single
either.
day.
Well,
What line of the day? It's not that hard. Just drop it,
Yeah.
drop it on the end.
I got into a sleep habit that is the worst one I've ever been in, and it's brand new. Never done this before. I go home about noonish. I sleep. Last night I woke up at 9 o'clock at night. I slept from noon till 9 at night.
It's a good night's sleep.
I
nothing wrong
got
with
up. I got up, stayed up, and fucking 4:30 in the morning. I get ready and I came in. So I haven't been asleep since 9 o'clock last night.
Oh, so this is
Yeah,
like
but
the
that's all
evening.
right.
That's very cool.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
it's like, but I don't like it
No.
because I missed the whole day. Like now, I don't want to do that when I get home because it's Friday. I
I
want to
did
hang
that
out. I want the
yesterday.
entire Friday.
Well, that's where you blew it. You should try to get back into some kind of
I
normalcy
can't
for
do
the
it.
weekend for yourself.
Yeah,
what I got to
Because
do
now
is
you're going to have to
start-
sleep till at least,
no,
4 or 5?
Start drinking immediately when I get home.
Holy shit.
That'll work because then it'll reset the clock. Danny knows.
That's fucked up.
So
I
I'll
don't know how you guys do
I'll
that.
be having some Guinness, and then I'll reset the clock.
Well, I'll go home and sleep, and then do a show, and then sleep a little bit. Then
Yeah, I can't.
I have an afternoon nap. I just go on stage, just sleepy.
Sleepy. For a while though, I was going home noon, sleep until like 3 or 4, and then I'd stay up until like maybe midnight or 1 in the morning, go to sleep and catch like a few hours. But it just kept turning a little more and more.
Yeah.
Each time I'd sleep later and stay up later until just yesterday, I think was the first time I went like, I didn't even fucking go to sleep.
Do you still keep those hours on the weekend?
No, the weekend really gets fucked because I sleep. I don't get up for work. So I would never get up early on a weekend.
You don't sleep on weekends.
Fucking
You-
sleep.
you pass out on
doesn't
weekends.
Doesn't your
You
body
pass out.
clock still make you go to sleep in the middle of the day and you still wake up
Oh,
early?
yeah,
'Cause
yeah.
that's what you used to.
I'm up by 7 every fucking Saturday and Sunday morning, and that's sleeping in. That's
I
sleeping
sleep
in.
till I am noon. I'll
stupid
wake up
body
at noon,
clock.
and then I'll lay in bed and watch fucking crime shows.
Yeah.
Like fucking First 48 and
I
Forensic
wait-
Files until 3 in the afternoon.
I wake up early if I
Bed
get really
sores.
drunk the night before. Like the hangover wakes me up.
I hate that too. It's like, could I please sleep? I've been laying in bed with a headache, just going, please go back to sleep. Please go back to
Can't
sleep.
force yourself to sleep.
It
doesn't work.
sucks with a hangover. Your head's pounding. Because sleeping through a hangover is great.
Yeah.
You're like, because if you're able to wake up early in the morning and go, oh my God, I feel like shit, and you fall asleep, you wake up like hours later and go, all right, I'm ready for a beer.
That's fucked
Yeah.
up because
This
I'm
is
with Jim
nice.
Jefferies, man. Hangovers wake me right the fuck up.
They wake me up.
But I don't want to wake up. It does that to me too. I can't sleep.
I also-
through it.
That's
And
theory.
Otto's right too. You can't talk yourself into sleep because subconsciously it fucks everything up and
Nope.
puts you in some kind of panic state.
I
Next thing you
know.
know, you're staring at the ceiling even though you're dead tired. Otto, what do you think of the 9/11? We're up to 8 years. Any thoughts today?
I just remember having to work that weekend and how the audience just seemed to, they needed some relief terribly, and they felt like, I felt like I was really like doing something good for people. It was,
You
people
could do
were
some
just
Arab
so
jokes back
fucking-
then.
So in shock back then, yeah.
I was telling Anthony.
I wanted to grab a rifle.
I know, right?
kidding.
It just pissed you off.
Yeah, very.
I
yeah.
can't watch that because right now there's on one of the screens in here is TV station playing the real time.
Yeah, it's real time, like it's happening right
And
now.
I look at it.
I don't think it is real time because I've seen the explosion twice.
But it's 9:21 a.m. and then
Yeah, no, it's
9.
in real time.
That's real
Yeah.
time.
There were 2 planes.
And it's
that's
so
why 2
annoying to
explosions,
watch.
Jim Jefferies, who doesn't give a shit about
No,
our
I
country.
do give a shit. I
or-
just think if you watch this
or-
in real time, you can bake a cake, and then like, all right, when the building falls, then it'll
Yeah.
be ready. I-
Oh my
It's
God!
so-
You know what?
what? You know what?
Like you gotta have a laugh,
Of
really.
course.
I'm not being
I'm,
nasty.
I'm just fucking with you. I know you give a shit.
Now we could see where the government agents were in there, and setting the explosives.
Thermite paint.
Thermite paint. I think I
that.
see someone in the lower right-hand hole from that. That's got to be
Oh, is that
awful.
that stuff that lavas up?
Thermite paint
Thermite
is
paint,
what
yeah,
Jesse
yeah,
Ventura
like-
is talking about.
But-
you know, he was a governor. That's terrific, and he thinks
the government brought down the building.
we're painting the walls with thermite paint.
It was a controlled detonation.
Yeah, that implosion bullshit.
Yeah, when you watch them, because I've watched a lot of those shows on Discovery Channel and shit like
Yeah.
that, and you see them go into these buildings and demolish them, and they have to rip the fucking building apart first. It's not like you just go in there with dynamite like fucking the Coyote. Yeah, you got to drill the beams out. You got to cut the fucking metal I-beams and then put shape charges
a perfect
that
implosion?
slice
Yeah.
through. Yeah, and they were like, well, there were people working on the security system, and no, they're not running fucking concrete drills and running primer cord through the hallways.
What is that theory? Is that there were no planes at all, or that what?
They can never explain what happened with the planes.
There's a lot of theories.
What's the theory, though? Why would it be a controlled explosion? What happened to the planes? Where'd they come from? Dummies.
Yeah.
I hate those
We
fucking
saw it.
idiots.
What about the
we
third
saw
building?
the fucking planes hit the building.
Yeah.
What's that?
I was
third
telling
building?
Anthony.
Shut up. You're a gatekeeper. You're not a truther.
Yeah.
We're truthers. You're like a gatekeeper.
I was telling that.
Shut up with your conspiracy talk, you
that what-
fucking cunt.
Is that what people say?
Yeah.
Gatekeeper?
Yeah.
All right, just be another one of the gatekeepers. Like we're keeping the secrets in and keeping you
I am
out.
the key master.
They're the truthers. Shut up. It's not World of Warcraft, you dummy. Go back in your basement and fuck your mother.
I was telling Anthony, 8 years, the technology's gotten way better. We all remember when the video hit of the first plane hit, and we're like, holy shit, someone actually captured that on film.
Yeah,
That's insane.
yeah.
And the angle and the footage was horrendous. And I'm like, now, and if this, God forbid, this happened again, you'd have 1,000 angles of the plane
That's
hitting.
true. That's
Because
on
we all have our
iPhones.
fucking iPhones and
Everybody got
Blackberries.
the
and,
second one. It's
Dude,
true.
look, I
Yeah.
twittered the plane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A Twitter.
Yeah, but
Fucking idiots.
There would have been people on the plane with internet.
Yeah, twittering.
Yeah, twittering.
You'd end up like Eric trying to capture every little horrific detail.
Exactly.
oh, don't bring that up again, please.
I'm just saying.
Please don't bring that up.
Eric's the worst.
What happened?
I got to tell Otto, E-Rock, when the plane hit the helicopter over the Hudson River,
Yeah.
it's happened kind of where E-Rock lives. So he ran down to the shoreline or whatever,
Horrible.
and he started like taking pictures and tweeting like crazy, like he was the guy to go to, and his pictures were horrendous. You couldn't see shit.
No.
But he was so excited that he was,
But the way he
being a
labeled them,
reporter
too.
that
Oh,
day.
it's nice to have opportunities, isn't it?
Yeah.
The way he labeled his Twitters, too, his tweets. Ugh. He said, like, another body being pulled from the water. So you'd look at that and go, holy fuck.
gotta click
you
on this.
click on the link, and it may as well have been like you're looking out a mile into the ocean
Really?
and seeing a little dot that was a boat, and you can't see shit.
That's Otis Redding.
Yeah. They're pulling another body from the water. Are they, E-Rock? God damn.
Jesus.
Nothing.
Man, what a shitty day to be reading names, huh?
Oh, my God.
yeah.
the
Rainy
rain
and
is
really cold. The type of rain that
nasty.
goes sideways.
Yeah.
That's what I was saying before. You can say what you want about 2001, but the weather was nice.
That was a lovely,
It was a lovely
day, wasn't
day.
it?
You know,
Nice and clear.
someone turned us on to something Rosanna Scotto said about that particular day. I want to play it. This is-
Rosanna Scotto, one of the news women.
yeah, here in New York,
Here in New
and
York.
I think she had Bloomberg on with her. So I think you're going to hear Bloomberg's response to what she said. Listen to this.
We were talking earlier that 9/11, 2001 was the most spectacular day ever. And since
What?
then, I can't remember a 9/11 that even came halfway close to that day.
Well, the weather.
Oops. Maybe you shouldn't have put it that way. What a fantastic day it was.
She didn't even mention the weather.
No.
She just went,
Yeah.
what a great day it was.
What a spectacular
Spectacular.
day.
Like she was hoping for another tragedy to fall
Yeah.
on 9/11. That's what I got out
You
of
know
that
what I
clip.
remember about 9/11? Not having to go to work.
Right.
You know, everyone had a day off.
What an amazing, spectacular, wonderful day it was. Oh, the fucking weather. Shit, I'm sorry. I didn't mean that.
We had some sunny, clear days on 9/11 since.
I know. She's an idiot.
Since.
You know what was
It's
cool
just,
about it?
it's just you remember that day because of what happened.
You guys were-
In Australia, it was
You
like
guys
10
were-
o'clock at night, so it was like really good viewing because, you know,
How'd that work?
I didn't have to wake up for it. It was
You
just
guys were
on.
broadcasting when that happened?
Well, we did afternoons
yeah.
then, so they were like, "Get your asses in." We're like, "Well, they've closed the tunnels and the subway and the trains. We don't." And they got us a studio on Long Island, and we met Sean Hannity.
Did you try and do a funny show? Or
Hell,
Oh,
fuck
no,
you
that was
know.
impossible. We pretty much had a TV on, and we were taking calls from people that were freaking out. We were like, "Holy shit, what's going on?" You know. So
this must have been back in the day. And what's the phrase that pays?
Yeah.
We never did the phrase that pays, you motherfucker.
Opie and Anthony Rock. That's right. The phrase that pays.
We did some hacky things, but we never did the phrase that pays.
Oh my God! A plane just hit the other building, and hey, remember it's Budweiser night tomorrow. We're going to be all day long. No.
When we were broadcasting, buildings were still falling down. I think number 7 fell down while we were. Remember that?
Was it?
Yeah,
we saw people running.
Right in the middle of us trying to be experts on Muslim terrorism.
Yeah,
we didn't. Have
we all became experts in one day.
On the day, were you already up to date on the whole?
Hell, fucking no.
I've been out to Iraq and Afghanistan and done gigs, and this is what soldiers have told me. They reckon that there's not a chance in hell that he's still alive.
Bin Laden, yeah.
Yeah, they reckon they've bombed the hell out of those mountains all around. They know where he would have been hiding.
Yeah.
And they reckon they've found no less than 9 dialysis machines.
Really?
And he was on dialysis. Now, how
just
many...
leaves a trail of dialysis machines wherever he goes.
How many... He's got to be running out of dialysis machines.
Yeah.
And if you want to find him, find the company that sends the dialysis machines and just follow that little bit of transport.
You know what, though? He occasionally sends those tapes, though.
No, but
although he hasn't sent one since
the tapes are never dated. They might already have the tape sitting there.
No, but sometimes he's referenced stuff that has happened.
What, can
recently.
you speak Arabic or?
No, it might be a loose translation. So I don't know.
A loose translation there.
He always looks like Scottie Pippen.
I don't
with
fucking.
A beard.
I
don't you think he looks like Scottie Pippen with a beard?
I'm not from Australia, but I was able to find out what a zebra meant when you said it, motherfucker.
That's pretty good, Scottie Pippen.
Scottie Pippen.
Of the Chicago
Bulls.
Bulls.
Oh, shit, he does.
Oh,
damn, it's fucking Bin Laden. We found him.
Scottie Pippen without the,
Look, I know retirement was tough on Scottie Pippen, but he didn't have to do all this.
That's that whole thing that the Arsenal Football Club, which is one of the big soccer teams of the Premier League, right? Arsenal. Bin Laden, I think he went to university or something, he was a fan of Arsenal. And Arsenal said this, they go, well, he's banned from the ground. After 9/11.
Wow.
And it's like, don't ban him. Give him a season pass. See if he'll fucking show up.
Yeah, maybe he'll show up.
You know what I mean?
Banned him from... Yeah, wow, we're banning him.
Do a bobblehead night and see if he shows up for his bobblehead night.
I tell you what. Did I call that or not?
That's a good call. He does fucking look like him. Holy shit.
A little bit.
Scotty.
A little bit. It's outrageous.
Yeah, a little
the two
bit.
of them.
Yeah.
And, it doesn't give us peace of mind that he might be dead there, Jim Jefferies. We need, proof. I think a lot of people need proof.
That's just what the soldiers told me. They think.
How close were you to the mountains in Afghanistan? You went to Afghanistan?
I've been to Afghanistan a couple of times. Yeah, I've been right. Camp Bastion is where I normally do the gigs, and I go right in there and
kick some ass.
They give me guns. They let me play. This is what happened to me, right? They let you play. If we go to YouTube, I can show you footage of me playing with plastic explosives in Afghanistan. Right. But they sometimes take it off. And what happened was they just let us play with guns and stuff like that. And then I'm molding, right, this plastic explosive, and then I videotape it. I'm like, you know when you come back from the airport, they take the little swab of your laptop or your
shit.
I've got a fucking video camera. I'm just left Afghanistan.
Yeah.
Right? I'm at the airport. Where did you come from? Afghanistan. Why is there fucking bomb dust all through
all kinds of
your
C4 shit all over?
Right? And so I'm like, I'm sat in this room.
I was playing
and
with
then I've gone to him.
So
I've
they
gone,
really grilled you hard?
And then I said, Play the video camera.
Yeah.
Play the video camera. You'll see what I was doing. You'll see that I was with soldiers. The guy literally presses play like it's gonna
it's gonna
he's
explode.
cutting the red wire.
That's
just pictures
good.
of me joking around.
Oh,
If you put in Afghanistan, Jim Jefferies,
Yeah, that's what Danny put in.
Is it
Anything good?
It gets taken down every now and then.
They just don't want that up there.
Because we weren't meant to be playing with guns and shit. They also let us play with the dogs, that would chase you in the outfits and all that.
Oh, really? You got in the big puffy
You can
padded
do
outfits?
that all day. That's one of the funnest things you'll ever do.
Isn't that the best way to play with a dog?
You can punch the dog. The dog can run at you. You think, I can take this guy, punch it in the head.
You might be onto something with the Scottie Pippen thing. Colorado Brandon writes, "Oh, Scottie Bin Pippen."
Sounds just like it.
Oh, we got to get the rest of this Rosanna Scotto clip on, too.
Oh, right.
We were talking earlier that 9/11, 2001 was the most spectacular day ever. And since then, I can't remember a 9/11 that was
one where we
that
didn't
even
get
came
attacked.
halfway close to that day.
Well, the weather certainly is not, but there's also, in a more serious note, there has never been a 9/11 since then like that. 3,000 lives, a wake-up call to America that we aren't as separate from the rest of the world as I think we thought we were, and that we have to continue to fight around the world to keep our freedoms. And we see our young men and women doing that and sadly dying doing it.
Well, Bloomberg kind of put her in her place there.
Shut her the fuck
Rosanna
up, right?
Scotto.
Yeah.
Listen here, bitch. You sound like an idiot.
We got Otto from Otto and George in studio playing Comedy Shop in Pine Brook, New Jersey tonight and tomorrow.
Reverend Bob Levy, you know that guy.
Of course.
He's starting to do our show a little bit.
He is?
Yeah,
Oh, cool.
little bit here and there. Rich, what's up?
Hey,
Hey.
I just
Hey,
want
Rich.
to say thanks to Otto and George. I saw him down in Hampton Beach about a month ago, and since then I can't call black people. I got to call them guilties.
Oh, my God.
Oh, thanks. I think I remember that, dude.
Yeah, it was me and my wife were over in the corner. You all
Right, okay. How are you?
Me and my wife.
Yeah.
How many people
George
were
is
there?
very racist.
Yeah.
George is very
I have to
racist
say,
and intolerant.
But before I ever did a gig in America, and I did Montreal just for laughs, and me and Otto worked together on the Nasty Show, and I have to say that Otto and George is one of my favourite acts in the entire world.
Yeah,
I'm not
I
just
know.
saying that to suck up. Nothing makes me
lot of
laugh more
comics
than that
love,
puppet, man.
Love Otto and George.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Really funny, man.
Comics are jaded. They,
They don't
It's
like
true.
anything.
They
it's hard
really
to make
don't.
a comic.
They never like
It's really
anything.
hard. Yeah.
Bunch of insecure cunts.
Yeah.
I remember, I can't remember who it was at the time, but the heavyweight champion of the world. That's like, there's like 10 of them at any given stage.
Yeah,
right?
depending on what.
One of the heavyweight champions of the world was in the front row of the Nasty Show, and George is just there going, "What, you got tattoos on there? What are you using black on black for, you circus ape?"
Holy shit.
Was he a heavyweight?
It was the heavyweight champion of the world, and the puppet was being racist towards him, and I was going,
Wow.
"Are you fucking kidding me?"
That's
And in the end, the guy clapped, and there was like, "Oh, right, the puppet got away with it." Oh,
you get away with a lot of shit with that puppet.
Yeah, that's true.
Ooh.
Or a Larry King voice.
I got a mate in Britain who's a ventriloquist, and the guy came up to him after the gig and goes, "Oi, you tell that puppet of yours to watch his fucking mouth."
Oi, oi. Let's say hi to Richie in Arizona. Richie.
Yeah.
Hey.
Listen, I've been in dialysis for 17 years, and there ain't no way this guy is dialyzing in a cave. It takes special equipment, special water treatment. This guy is not dialyzing in any cave. They haven't got him. There's no possible way in the world
These aren't
cave.
like just cave holes. They're actual concreted rooms that they're in. They're not. When they say they find. There's a whole infrastructure through those mountains that isn't. It's not what you think. It's not like the Flintstones.
You ever watch Cities of the Underworld? This has been done over the ages of just.
I've watched Cities of the Underworld, and
pretty amazing where they make a whole community under a mountain.
He's got enough money to have anything built.
He's a billionaire.
Yeah.
He needs to have a water supply, a reverse osmosis system, a special filtration system, and then all the equipment that goes on the machine. There's special dialyzers, which is an artificial kidney.
Right.
There's no way this dude's doing. I mean, if he's doing all this, like Jim said, trace that shit because that dude could be found easy. There's only about 5 companies in the world that make this shit. And it'd be easy to find out who's supplying the shit to him.
I'm going to say it right now. The dialysis people caused 9/11. I'm putting it out there.
See, you know something?
I'm putting it out there. These companies that allegedly help people.
Yeah.
Jesus.
I'm not taking it back. You can quote me.
If his kidneys would have failed, it never would have happened. Fuckers. Really. Medical attention. And what do you...
If he had that much fucking money, he would have got a kidney already.
Yeah, that's one thing. Like,
But there's probably something in the Muslim faith.
Right, probably.
I mean, they just wax
It's not a pork kidney.
I-
Kidney isn't made of pork.
I'm not up on my religion.
Yeah, I think there's something in the Muslim religion. You can't have a kidney.
You know what?
Something about it. I don't know.
Richie's definitely onto something. You don't think someone in his entourage was a perfect fit for fucking giving up a kidney for
I know,
Osama
right?
bin Laden?
Get his brother Pippin to do it.
Right.
Yeah.
Pippin's got 2 kidneys.
keep whacking people until they throw in a kidney at work.
One of the guys that's going to be a suicide bomber the next day. You go,
Right.
excuse me, dude, can
Before
I
you
have a
go, I
kidney?
got to
Yeah,
take a
right.
kidney.
Shit.
Yeah,
That's what I always
goddamn
found
kidney.
weird about 9/11 was that some of them were sitting in first class. No, some of them were sitting in economy. Why wouldn't all of them be in first class?
Yeah, you think of...
What are you saving your money for?
I think
Enjoy a movie. Have a nice meal. What are you fucking around for?
Well, they
if you get a window seat, you can't even get up to hijack.
They wanted to take
That's
over
true.
the entire plane and make sure people were controlled in the back and in the middle and in the front.
Yes.
They had it all figured out there.
My God, man.
This Jim Jefferies doesn't appreciate the. I don't know where
the
the effect this has had on our country.
Where do you plug in a fucking dialysis machine in a mountain?
Same place you charge your phone.
Where?
I don't know.
I have no idea. What is it? Running off an old Ford?
There's generators. And
Oh,
stuff.
generators.
Yeah, he's probably
Oh,
got
man.
James Bond type of caves with everything
think that,
need
like
and-
the Bat Cave or something like that?
It's a petrol run
Yeah.
dialysis machine. And you can say what you want about the Arabs, and they've got fuckloads of petrol.
It's just you dump oil in there, filtering your kidneys with an internal combustion engine.
If they could give Australia electricity, they could get electricity in a cave.
Exactly.
I don't know how the
Exactly.
fuck you guys got electricity being the only thing around. That's weird. to me.
Water generated stuff.
Yeah.
How did you get electricity?
We're connected to the land masses.
You invented it.
We were
That's
able to
right.
figure it all out.
Hey, fucking Menlo Park, my friend.
Well, that's right.
Well, Thomas Alva Edison.
Is he the cunt who fucking
That's a light bulb guy.
stole the whole telephone? Someone stole the telephone.
No, Alexander Graham Bell stole the telephone from some other guy.
Maiucci.
Who was like, yeah, he was going to patent it like some at the same
Yeah.
time, and they pretty much had a foot race to the patent office.
Is that true, Otto?
Yeah.
You know,
I heard that on The Sopranos. That's where I get.
They were
most
probably
of
at
it.
the door, like pulling each other back. Norton.
There's an episode of The Simpsons where they make a joke about it.
I'm Team Tesla. Myself.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I'm Team Tesla.
Who's
All the-
Tesla?
Tesla's invented everything.
Tesla and
didn't get
Edison
the
had a
credit he
little battle
deserved.
back then, too.
Yeah.
That was like the early days. It was like the rap wars of inventing.
That's right.
Back then. They used to just go at each other.
My dad thought he invented the mixed tape. My dad gave to me with this idea. He went to me, he goes, I got an idea, right? What you do is, everyone has like albums that have just a complete band on it. What you should do is get an album and have different songs from different bands.
It's crazy.
Right? And I go, Dad, that's a compilation album. He goes, yeah, but not with the songs that I like.
Oh, well. Oh, so that's the mix. Because I was going to say, it sounded like he was pitching a K-Tel kind of
No,
thing.
but he thought he did. He thought, oh, I'm going to fucking market this. They don't put shit songs together. Put all good songs. There you go. Make that.
Songs I like.
What kind of songs does your dad
My
like?
dad's a big... I saw John Denver no less than 5 times
Get
live
outta
as
here.
a child.
Oh, wow.
Do you enjoy?
I have a fondness for him because it reminds me of my childhood, but
What
no.
song? What song was yours?
Oh, I liked a bit of, well, I like Colorado, Rocky Mountain High. Leaving on a jet plane, that's a very...
He didn't like that one.
Good though I sing to your spirit, the men who have served you so long and so well. That one's a good
that one, right.
The Calypso, yeah.
Do you know that Country Roads is the most known song in the English language next to Happy Birthday? Because the Japs love karaoke, and it's the #1 karaoke song.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
That's the number one. Which
That's
karaoke
the
song
#1
in the
karaoke
world?
song in the world. People love
Why
it.
that one?
Oh,
I thought it was I Will Survive.
Oh, no,
Yeah.
it's
probably
Country Roads. People love
Country
that.
Roads?
Yeah, people love that.
Take me home to the prairie. I belong. It's nothing
West
funnier.
Virginia.
Nothing funnier than watching an Asian guy do American songs at karaoke.
Yeah.
They're so serious. Oh,
West Virginia, Blue Ridge Mountain,
Shenandoah River.
Mule Train.
And then, life is older than the tree, younger than the
Everybody.
mountain, older like a breeze.
Country Roads, take me home.
I got a tootle.
West Virginia.
Wait for the tootly doos. It's the best part.
Can we have a tootle of the day?
Here he goes.
toodly toodly doo, toodly doodly doo. What the fuck was he doing? He was in one of those experimental planes when he
suffered from depression.
and he ran out of fucking gas. They think.
No, he just fucking plowed it into the ocean. That guy.
This guy, I heard he had a fucked up thing with this fuel switching handle was behind his back.
Right.
And he had to switch the tanks in each wing, and he couldn't get to the fucking fuel switching handle behind him and ran out of fucking gas. With half a tank of gas left, he ran out of gas.
Why couldn't that happen automatically, though, switching the tanks over?
Because it was a kit plane.
A little kit plane,
that.
Yeah. Little thing.
I don't want to have to pull a lever to make sure the fuel is now being taken from another tank.
Yeah.
While I'm up in the air.
I read his biography, right? And
why would you do that?
It was a fan. And it's called Country Roads Take Me Home, the John Denver.
Of course it
The
is.
good thing about him was he sang all these love songs like Annie's Song and all that type of stuff. But it says in the book, like, he alludes to being a wife beater. Like, he just he
doesn't want to go all in, but he's kind of hints.
Sometimes I lost my temper and there were bruises. There was one time his first wife said, "I'm taking half," when they were getting divorced, then drove off. She came back to him sitting on a pile of half of all the furniture. He cut every bit of cunning furniture up with a chainsaw. The lovely John Denver just sitting there in a psychotic mood, just through the couch.
Get in the car and get on the country road, you fucking bitch. Drinking like a belter in the eye.
Let's go to Brian in Maryland. His father's better than your father, Jim Jeffries.
Shit.
It wouldn't be hard. I'm not going to stick up for my dad.
Brian, what do you got on your dad?
My dad is in a John Denver tribute band.
Wow.
Wait.
Shit.
A band? Isn't it just one guy? Isn't he a tribute
It's a
act?
full band. It's a full band, and they get together every year in October on the anniversary of his death. And people come from all over the world, and they cry, and they have memorials. And
Wait, is he the guy? Is he like the John Denver guy?
He is one of them, yes. He sings 3 or 4 of the songs, and a couple other guys sing 3 or 4
Wait, then they bring out another John Denver?
There's different generations of John Denver.
Oh.
Do they share the same wig to look like John Denver?
Oh, no, they put a guitar on stage that's just remembering him.
And then the last one's called Kit Plain Allen.
Yeah.
There's a competing John Denver band that they rival with to get this one stage every year.
Ever fight? Knife
fight.
There's
a rivalry.
John Denver knife fight.
Nice.
They all look like John Denver. Come on, motherfucker.
It's the Sharks and the Jets.
Yeah.
And anybody
country roads. Dun, 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 dun.
What, Brian?
Anybody from Aspen will tell you that he was a well-known partier back
Yeah.
in the day. Got multiple DUIs.
Yeah, he got done drink driving several times, didn't he?
Yes.
Him and Billy Joel.
Oh, right. I remember him getting DWIs.
So
Yeah.
Brother Joe doing a U2 tribute band, I can understand, but the John Denver tribute band.
What's the name of the band?
Actually, I think they just called it a tribute to John Denver.
No, they should call it John Bender.
Because sometimes you can find it on YouTube and shit like that, which is pretty funny when you find these tribute band guys and stuff, and they totally are into it, like Neil Diamond, and the guy thinks he's fucking Neil Diamond and shit.
Yeah.
And it's just embarrassing to watch.
It's like the guy who did Michael Jackson, and then he just kept on changing his face to fucking move
He had
along.
a fight.
Yeah, he had to keep fucking up his face to stick with that. Tim, what do you got?
I think I saw a couple of years ago up in North Jersey, and there was a black broad in the front row, and she had blonde hair. And he pretty much made a comment saying that it was like putting whipped cream on dog shit.
Is this John Denver?
No.
Wow, he really was a partier. He got a little crazy. That's pretty brave on John Denver's part.
Now everyone, thank God I'm a country boy.
You know what? With statements like that, he should have died. World doesn't need him. No, it was Otto, right?
He was fucking huge in the 70s.
Yeah.
Denver was huge.
Oh, my God. Huger than fucking...
He had a few hits.
What star was like
Other than
bigger
him,
than him
Dolly
back
Parton,
then?
maybe? I don't
Yeah.
know.
He
Fucking huge.
I used to love him on the
Bee
Muppet
Gees.
Show, man. He was
Really?
always great on the Muppet Show. John
Muppet
Denver.
Show was very
How old
hip.
are you?
Right?
What are you, a kid?
I love the Muppet Show.
Did you?
My favourite Muppet Show story is the one that Richard Pryor couldn't go on it because he was freebasing. And he'd been drinking vodka, and then he spilt all over his shirt. He's free roasting, like some coke rock falls off into his chest and burns 80% of his body. And that's the reason he didn't do the Muppet Show. And that's the only episode not to have a celebrity on it.
He was booked to do it?
He was booked to do the Muppet Show the next day after he got all those burns.
I never knew that. Okay, let me say hi to Megan in West Virginia. Megan.
Mountain Mama.
Megan.
Megan. What's up, Megan?
I traveled across Europe, same year 9/11, Amsterdam, Brussels, Prague, Czech Republic, Germany. Everywhere I went, when I would say I was from West Virginia, I didn't even have to explain it because that fucking song is so popular. It's not just the Japanese.
West Virginia.
The world's
that
favorite Mountain
really
Mama, take me
Yeah.
home.
I have a Mountain Mama tattoo.
Is that right next to Titty Mountain Highway?
Oh, God.
I like Colorado Rocky Mountain High. It was just like,
Yeah.
it's a song about him sitting around a fireplace getting stoned, and old people love it. You know.
Well, let's take a listen to that. You got that, Travis?
No, I don't. Actually.
Folks around the campfire and everyone is high. And when I was in Denver and they said I was in the Rocky Mountains, I called me dad and went, oh,
I'm
guess where I am.
sitting in a plane that doesn't fly.
Anthony Larry King.
I'm screaming as I plummet
He
from
loved
the
Australia.
sky.
He wrote a song about Australia. He married his second wife was Australian.
Really?
So there you go. I feel bad about all this information I know about John Denver.
You really know a lot about that guy.
Yeah, a little too much.
They never found his corpse either, right?
Really?
Yeah, I think it was just disintegrated.
Wow, became fish food, probably, right? He landed in the ocean.
Yeah.
Larry King checking in, Anthony. Larry!
What's Larry one?
Since you were unable to switch fuel tanks in flight, what was the first thing that went through your mind when you hit the ground? To linger longer.
His asshole.
Gag.
What is this now? Dave in West Virginia. Dave?
Hey, this is Dave, actually from upstate New York. I grew up in West Virginia, all right? And up there in West Virginia, or down there in West Virginia, John Denver is really popular, all right? I mean, he is like the king.
No shit.
Down there.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the other thing I was going to tell you is just coming back from Iraq, that song that he's got, Readjustment Blues, I really identify with that song, okay? I can really identify with it. So,
Really?
I don't know if you've ever listened to it or not.
Why do you identify with that song?
The readjusting blues.
Well, because he's got to readjust because he's coming back from
Yeah,
Iraq.
he's coming back from Iraq. He's got to get a job, and the economy's not good. Jeez,
Oh.
Opie, you don't care about this country.
Touche, my friend. Thank you, Dave.
It's hard to, just get a job at McDonald's after you've been shooting people, too. It's kind of got to readjust.
Oh, shit. I hope he calls back. Yeah, and I talk about how these guys are over there in these crazy tanks and shit, just blowing up stuff, and then they come back and they now have to drive a minivan or something.
Yeah, it's like, okay, I'm just...
follow the rules of the,
They reckon
of the road and all that.
It's like over 50% of all homeless are ex-military or something. I don't know the exact statistic. It might even be higher than that. And this whole idea, are you strong or are you army strong? It fucks people up, that job, man.
Yeah, no shit.
Fucks
Especially if
people
you're
up.
in battle. You're killing people. You're told your entire life that's bad. That is a bad thing. You don't kill people. And then they go, here, kill people.
Right.
But only during this period of time and only here.
The same age
once
as
you go
your
home,
children,
yeah,
basically.
Yeah. And then once you go home, you got to stop killing. But now you can't ever kill anyone again.
Yeah, and if you get into a bar
Wait a
fight,
minute.
don't hurt that guy.
Yeah, you
don't
can't
hurt him.
kill him.
No.
It's like, oh, it's such a weird thing. It's like, all right,
tell you
kill
what,
as many of them as you can.
These little
Now stop.
villages they make out in the middle of nowhere. There was one, I think it was Afghanistan, it might have been Iraq. I think it was Afghanistan. It had like an ice hockey rink in it.
Really?
It had a fucking Burger King, a Subway, and a Pizza Hut.
I've seen
and they built this
films
wall.
of those. Yeah.
They're quite
And they walk
nice.
around, they're there, yeah, and then all of a sudden mortars will start flying in on them.
Yeah, but no, I had... the first time I went to Afghanistan, they teach you the duck and roll. You walk around with your vest on the whole time, and they give you the helmet, and they go, if you hear the siren, put your helmet on and duck and cover. Get under the bed, put your hands above your head, and then that's what you do, and hope the ceiling doesn't fall in, right? Mm-hmm. And so I'm there on the first day, and I'm just playing like my PSP, just playing video games, right? I hear, I fucking, all the soldiers are watching, but I'm like Speed Man, man. I fucking duck, roll, under, helmet. And then I hear, Can Steve please come to the office? Can Steve?
Oh, shit.
All these cops, all these soldiers, like, well done, mate, well done. When you first get there, they fly over you fly over Baghdad, and what happens is they've got like these the little wings of the airplane. When you get over the danger area, they shoot flares out from the little wings, and then the helicopter goes like from side to side. Now, the reason for that is if a heat-seeking missile comes, it'll be distracted by the flares, and the helicopter will fly out of range. But no one told me this was going to happen. As far as I'm concerned, the wings had just exploded, and we were all plummeting to our death, right? And I start screaming, we're going down, and they're like so happy because they've been waiting for this joke all day. Like, that's
man, what a gag.
Yeah.
It's like, this guy thinks he's dying. This is going to be really funny. Fucking lunatics.
They give you when you get off there, everyone's got like a camouflage bulletproof vest and helmet, and my one's blue. Right? And I'm like, why the fuck's mine blue? And they're like, oh, that's so the enemy know that you're a civilian. I'm like, does the enemy give a shit?
They don't care.
Because every time I got off the helicopter, I was surrounded by soldiers with guns protecting me. And if I was a sniper, I'd be like, geez, that cunt in blue looks important.
He's got to be an important guy, right? Exactly.
Let's go to John in Savannah. John.
I just shot Jim Jefferies.
Boys.
He's all proud of himself.
Hey,
that'd be good for my career.
John.
Hey, guys. Didn't anyone else find it weird that Jim Jeffrey has a lot more compassion for John Denver and his death than the victims of 9/11?
Well, I did not
That is a little bizarre.
That.
That's a little bizarre.
Can I please say that I have compassion?
No, Jim. It's back to you.
Actually.
It's back to you.
Yeah. At least he didn't fly the plane into the building, did he? He just went into the ocean. He didn't hurt anybody.
You know how many fish he probably
I was not making fun of 9/11. When did I say it was a good thing?
No. Not much compassion.
We weren't saying
That's
that.
what we've
just
noticed
a little less compassion than for a fucking faggy country singer.
Hey, let's say hi to Stryker.
Stryker.
Good morning, boys.
Hey,
Stryker. You're talking about that Colorado Rocky Mountain High song. A couple of years ago, the state legislature here in Colorado wanted to make that the state song, and everybody was saying, "How can you make a song about drugs the state song?"
Yeah.
There's a huge controversy about it. They kind of like adopted a different version of it, but it was hilarious when they were going through this. And yeah, if you talk to people up there in the Aspen area, John Denver was not exactly the nicest person on the face of the planet. He had a bit of a temper. He was a bit of a drinker. He just like Billy Joel likes to wreck his cars. John Denver did that several times too. Drove off road through people's hedges and whatnot.
Remember Pink Houses, John Cougar Mellencamp there? Ain't That America for You and Me?
Yeah.
Reagan wanted to use that as his campaign song.
Yeah, until it came out, it was about.
I think it was Reagan, or it could have been. But the "Ain't That America" part, it's like small town kind of values and stuff. Until they told him this is an anti-government fucking kind of a.
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah.
Do you know Scotland, they signed a petition, they almost got it through to have the Proclaimers, I Would Walk 100 Miles or whatever, as their national anthem. People were trying to get it through because it's the only song that people know from Scotland.
That's the only one, yeah.
And they all like to sing it before football games, but it says nothing about Scotland. It means nothing.
Let's go back to the karaoke discussion with this.
Play with some more, touch my body, throw me on the bed.
That's fantastic.
Throw me on the bed.
Tuts, Mom.
You people are racist.
Yeah.
You're racist.
Yeah.
Yeah, well.
Let's
say hi to Sean. Sean's saying you got the song wrong about the Reagan thing, Ant. I don't know. Let's see.
What?
It might have been someone else, but wasn't it Born in the USA he wanted
Born
to
in the
use?
USA is what he actually used.
What?
Okay.
That's what he actually used.
I knew it was Pink Houses. He didn't want to use it.
And he tried to outlaw the Twisted Sister "We're Not Going to Take It" song because he said it was bad for the youth.
Really?
And then
Reagan?
Yeah, Reagan did.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, he said that song was bad for the youth, and then someone used it, like John Kerry or something like that. Someone recently used it in their campaign.
Really?
Yeah, I remember stuff.
I remember Reagan saying that though.
Well, you read a lot.
I don't like Twisted Sister. No. Well.
Want to take a break?
He did say well a lot.
We'll take a break, and then we'll finish up with Jim Jefferies and Otto and George. You got Jim Jefferies at Caroline's tonight and tomorrow and Sunday, 212-757-4100. And the great Otto from Otto and George.
Absolutely.
Did you bring in the puppet today, Otto?
I didn't. I'm
That's
going
okay.
on 2 hours sleep. It's one
You
of those
don't
fucking...
need the puppet.
It's radio.
You
Just
don't
say
need
the
no
puppet's
stinking-
here. We would
Yeah.
have believed you.
I know.
No, he wants to do the thing.
Yeah.
I'll
He just puts his hand up on it. Tonight and tomorrow, Otto, and I highly recommend you go see Otto and George.
With Reverend Levy, another fucking lunatic.
Yeah, the comedy shop in Pine Brook, New Jersey. You know what? You could go see Jeffries and then the next night see Otto and George or vice versa, whatever.
Yeah,
It's a weekend
Caroline's
of
is
comedy,
a
man.
nice club, though. I'm playing some shitbox, probably.
Nice plug.
I'm sure. I'm sure the fine people at the comedy shop appreciates that. They're
Also, can I plug my DVD comes out on October the 13th as well.
Ooh. Jim Jefferies DVD. We're going to finish up with these guys in just a few. Opie, Anthony, Jim Jefferies, Otto from Otto and George on a Friday. A miserable Friday here in New York City. Mark in Jersey. What do you got, Mark?
Hey, guys, how are you?
Hey, Mac.
Pretty good, Mark.
The Pentagon's just been hit.
Is that what they're doing
I
there?
just wanted to call up and tell you guys 8 years later, the day that the attacks happened, I was listening to your show, as I always do. And, Opie, I just want to thank you for one thing you did. I don't know if you recall. Maybe one day you can replay the tape. But you played a song by Metallica that basically pumped up, I'll call the spirits of the rockers. That was called Don't Tread on Me, which is one of my favorite songs by them. And I just want to thank you for that because everybody, of course, was all fucked up that day, and you really brought spirits up as far as I'm concerned. I'm a former Navy SEAL, did the military thing and everything, and definitely know there was no thermite paint used that day.
No.
He's so full of shit, his fucking eyes are brown.
It really is an insult to a lot of people when he comes up with that shit.
I've been listening to you guys for a long, long time, and I just wanted to thank you for that.
No worries, bro. Thank you, Mark. I appreciate it.
Okay, have a great day.
We'll end our show with Don't Tread on Me today there, Danny. How about that?
That is a good one.
That's not going to be a problem.
That is good.
Yeah, we're distracted because they're doing in real
I hate
time.
when they do the real time thing because
If you rewind it, the buildings go back up.
Yeah.
Boy.
Unfortunately.
How about a little compassion before we leave? How about just a little bit?
Just a tad.
Yeah. Just a tad.
Just an ounce of look at that. See,
Jesus.
that's not a control. Look,
I'm just glad that John Denver
I
wasn't
hate
alive to see this.
conspiracy theorists.
Yeah, they should end that list with Pete Best too. Just because he fucked so badly.
Holy shit!
Yeah.
and Pete Best. Pete Best.
Yeah.
That is classic. No one has gotten fucked harder than Pete Best over the years.
Best.
So at least throw him on the list of names so his name is read every year.
He does a little tour every now and again, Pete Best.
Who did we have in it?
Bob Smith.
Did we have Pete Best in? We had
Pete Best.
Did you have Pete Best?
Did we have Pete Best in at NAW? The listeners know more than us, and we did these shows.
You
so
had
they
the
can remind us.
original drummer for the Beatles, and you can't freaking remember.
It was either him or another guy that got fucked. There was a few guys that got fucked with that whole Beatles thing.
Wow.
Well, you know one of the
fucking
things that-
Australian faggot.
Yep.
Bally bombing. Fuck you, you
Yep.
Australian fag.
Yep. That's what you get, Jim.
Oh,
What have I done wrong?
Oh, man, are they turning on
What
you?
about the John Denver thing? It's a happy childhood memory. Fucking.
Of course I have compassion for everything that happened in 9/11. What the fuck?
Yeah, you came in here and started talking about the metric system. We got bigger things to talk about today.
Fuck you Aussie fucking cunt. Fuck.
They're going bally bombing. Ha ha.
Yeah, and it's pronounced Bali. Like, that's
Bali.
fucking ridiculous.
Oh, Pete Best. This poor
There he is.
sap.
Look at him.
Pete Best.
How much money do you think he makes a year as
You know
the
what?
remaining Beatles and their wives and their kids make just millions and millions every fucking year?
What really fucked him was he wouldn't change his hairdo. The rest of them all got the mop tops.
He was better looking than any of them. McCartney wanted to be the cute one, but then John Lennon said that Pete Best was a great drummer, but Ringo was a great Beatle. So that was.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's what he meant. that
John
his
Lennon said that
character-
favorite that famous quote where they went is Ringo Starr the best rock drummer in the world, and he went, Ringo Starr's not the best drummer in the Beatles.
He actually said that.
He actually said it. Even McCartney's a really good drummer.
I don't think there's going to be a Pete Best rock band.
No.
I don't think they're going to have, like,
Did they
Guitar
throw-
Hero.
No, he comes in little
for
tours.
Pete
I do
Best.
little theaters sometimes where I see posters. He comes out and does 60 shows.
I meant the, game.
Yeah, the Beatles. The Beatles rock band just came out 2 days ago. You think they threw him a bone
You
at
think
least?
Pete Best got a couple of bucks?
Well,
What
fucking
happens-
throw him in there so he could get a few bucks.
He might
to pay his bills.
He might be in those early bits of the game in the cavern, or but you have the Pete Best rock band where it's like you play one song and then you bake bread for the rest of it.
And the drum breaks and you can't play it anymore.
And look at Pete Best today. He's still out there just trying to make a living.
He's touring with a Frank Sinatra Jr. impersonator.
Oh, shit.
He's
That's
still-
Pete Best?
He's still just trying to make it. He's he looks like he could be in one of Joe's bands.
Oh, look at him. I'm
Oh,
Pete Best.
my God.
Look at me. I played with the Beatles before they were...
And what is it?
Oh, look at him.
Look at him.
Poor
Look
guy.
at him. He doesn't sympathise about 9/11 at all. He's worse than
I
me.
know. He's all
There you
happy.
go.
That's a great line.
How did he
though.
not kill himself?
I know, really.
Jesus.
Watching him on the Ed Sullivan
miss that
show,
ride,
watching
that
everything.
fucking ride
just
that he
watching the
missed out
whole
on.
thing.
Oh, my God.
Oh.
He did all the shit gigs right up to the second they made it.
But it was Epstein who kicked him out. It wasn't the other guys. Epstein just didn't think he gelled right.
Yeah.
You know.
We did have Pete
It
Best on the
would
show.
make you a bit homophobic, wouldn't it?
Damn, that's, a little bit.
Like,
little bit. Fuck that
You're
guy.
like, that fag. What he did to me.
He just wanted me.
What did we say to Pete Best? I guarantee we were dicks
Oh,
to
we
him.
did have a line. It was one really kind of like, ooh, douchey.
Maybe
chill.
some of the old school listeners could
trying to
call up and
remember.
let us know. Jeff, what do you got?
Hello. Yes, I was at this shitty dive bar in Roanoke where I live, and Pete Best played an act there. And the opening act was a band that we had hired for a party that we threw about 2 months before. And he was yelling, Roanoke, Roanoke, Roanoke. It was a disaster. I bet he made $50 that night.
Oh, God.
Yeah, but just the interviewing circuit and stuff. Like, you're going on Tonight shows and stuff. I think if you put it out there, he could still get on Letterman if
he was on our show.
Yeah, that's
okay.
And you don't pay, do you? I've never had a cent.
And this was 10 years ago before we were really doing anything of significance.
He was a baker, wasn't he, for a long time? He became a, it's early.
Just add him to the list of names.
Oh, that old joke. There were rumors that Brian Epstein slept with John Lennon, but we know the fact is he fucked Pete Best.
Yeah. Wow.
Steve from Bayshore, thank you for that one.
Yeah, right on. Let's go to Footer. Footer?
Goody, we get it. Hey, what's up, guys?
What's up, Footer?
Just wanted to say, yeah, Jim Jefferies, I'm a big fan. But I just tuned in, and it's very clear to me that you just hate America. So
I don't hate him.
Oh, and he said, "Good luck at Caroline."
Otto just went, we should put Pete Best on the dead list. If your relative was on the dead list, you'd be going, well, that's not the same. Being kicked out of the drummer isn't the same as dying, but no one gets into Otto.
You don't get it because that's scooping on Pete Best.
Whose team? Whose family got more fucked in that though?
What?
Pete Best. He was a moneymaker if he stayed in the Beatles.
True.
Oh my God, Opie, you're disgusting me. Sorry. This is appalling what you've.
Look, there's darkness
You're
among us today, so I'm just trying to lighten it.
Not just American.
It's this is a
Did the guy actually go, good luck at Carol? Am I going to get lynched tonight? Is there going to be a real problem?
This is just nervous laughter from, having to look at the tragedies of the day. Yes.
Before we move on from Pete Best, yes, thank you, Mark. I'll let Mark say.
Got the line?
Yes, and it was Kimmy.
Kimmy from fucking Survivor.
Survivor used to be a friend of ours from one of the first Survivors. She used to do our show all the time. She was in studio getting naked or something.
Yes.
We were able to get her naked. And she said, go ahead, Mark. You take it from there. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Kimmy was in studio and she said, weren't you happy when John Lennon got shot?
Right, that was it.
To Pete Best. That was her question. We're like, Kimmy, you got a question for Pete Best? Yeah. Were you happy when John Lennon got shot?
And what did Pete Best say?
Yes. No, I have no idea.
What did he say?
I don't remember the answer. The question
Did he laugh?
The question was too fucking much.
Yeah.
I know. I turned my head away. I couldn't look.
Uncomfortable moment.
Yeah, it really was.
Dumb cunt.
Oh, it's terrible.
I wonder if she's still
Don't
around.
watch this.
Who?
This
I don't know
Kimmy
why I
girl.
keep watching.
I thought you said she was a friend.
No, she used to.
Years ago, we had plenty of friends that were
They're
on
like
there,
this,
friends, but
friends with quotations.
and then years go by, and you're like, oh, remember how fucking good friends they were on the air for us and everything, and then They just go away.
What happened to your friend that used to call in? The guy who was really sick all the time. Is he around still?
Oh yeah. Remember that? We had him call every Friday.
Tom.
The guy with when he fired the gun once on the air.
And it was his Tom.
Is he
dead.
still okay?
He called our show. I think I don't know. Maybe if he's around, he can call right now. Jim Jefferies, this guy, terminal disease, and one day he calls up with a gun in his hand, and he was ready to do it live.
He was ready to do it.
Yeah. No. And then we kind of talked him out of it. Well, we did talk him out of it, or Anthony.
Yeah.
And then the gun went off by accident.
Yeah, I remember that.
And then
day.
the police had to get involved, and they took him away. For a while,
He was speaking after he made the shot. He didn't just make.
he
you
actually
think.
said something like "oops" or I didn't mean it. I don't know. It was something.
Yeah, but
to acknowledge that was it was
because he said once the disease gets bad enough where he really can't live any kind of life, he's just going to end it. So he called up and was like, "It's really bad. I can't move."
Do you know they did this thing in I think it was euthanasia is legal in Holland because the Dutch are, they're go-ahead people.
They're cool with anything.
But there was this idea that these people had they get a cruise ship, take it out to international waters, and perform all the euthanasias out there. Right, because there's no laws. But that's like, have you ever been on a cruise ship where everyone throws streamers and stuff?
Yeah.
Would it be the same as that, where there's all these old women in wheelchairs and old men?
Like, bon voyage!
Just wave goodbye to grandma. Wave goodbye. She's off on a little holiday.
That's a good way to go out. Thinking you got a nice cruise.
But like you might be sitting on the boat going, "Geez, it's nice out here, isn't it? Well, I've got something to live for."
We got Al Qaeda checking in.
Al Qaeda.
Yeah, Al first name, Qaeda last name. Al.
Hey, hello, I'm Jim Jefferies. We love you over here.
Damn, man.
If I'm so anti-American, why do I go out and entertain American troops in Iraq and Afghanistan?
And take
put my life in danger for free, right?
Big fat slob. Bye-bye.
Oh boy!
I can't believe that I've been made into a terrorist on this show.
You really have.
What did I say that was so bad? Name me one thing that I said that was so bad, if anyone can remember.
Play it in reverse and the buildings stand back up.
It was that bad?
Yeah.
And I
it was just a bad joke.
And I wouldn't repeat it. I wouldn't repeat the rest of it. No way. Carolyn, what's up?
Hey, I'm just calling about some news I saw on live to CNN.
What?
Breaking news, boat challenge, Coast Guards, they shot 10 rounds at the boat.
Where?
It's on the Potomac River.
What just then?
What kind of fucking boat is what is it, Somali pirates on the Potomac?
They say it's a vessel. That's all they're saying right
Vessel.
now. It's in the restricted
My
zone,
charter.
and they're
It's my
ignoring
vessel.
the Coast Guard.
Oh. Well,
Really? Let's go to CNN and check that shit out.
CNN, why is everything else still playing the fucking...
If we got real breaking news, they should...
I'm not going to make jokes about it. It'll make me anti-American.
Thank you, Carol.
Don't fuck with the Coast Guard.
Is that true? Do we know that?
No.
Titty Mountain Highway.
I think she's full of shite. Let's see.
Did we do everything else? We talked about the South African runner. You hear this story?
Coast Guard tries to keep boat out of area near Pentagon.
Don't tell me, was she racist?
Yes.
You don't know this story?
No, I've heard she's a man or something.
Well, she's both. But she doesn't have ovaries or a womb, and her testes are inside.
On the inside.
Well, you can't get into it for that. That doesn't make you an athlete.
What are they supposed to do with her? Who is she supposed to run against?
She got long hair?
Her mistake, like we said earlier, she has, like, male abs.
She got tits?
No,
Can't
not really.
tell. They're pecs.
What was she born as then?
Hermaphrodite.
They're saying hermaphrodite.
No
Born like,
no womb, no ovaries, and has testicles that are inside.
She's like a frog.
Yeah, it's fucked up.
If she went to a party, would she wear a dress?
Oh, good question.
We just said all it would take is a smell. You smell.
You just smell and know it smells like balls, even though they're on the inside.
Could a man fuck her? Is there a hole there?
Should be a vag. Yeah, but she's got 3 times the amount of testosterone of normal women.
What the fuck is
Look
that
at that
about?
thing. Wow, that is a fucking...
Anthony, I'm sorry. One of Jim Jefferies' relatives is calling the show.
Okay.
No, for real.
What? Fuck off.
For real.
Oh, let's see who it is.
It's Osama Bin Jefferies. Osama.
This is Osama Bin Jefferies. You are correct. Now listen. Why did you change your name? What are you embarrassed about? Come home. You have training to finish.
Oh, damn.
144,000 virgins or whatever the fuck it is waiting for you. We tighten out your belt with all of the little holes in it for the dynamite sticks.
Jesus.
All right.
He's implying you're some type of terrorist.
Which
Thank you,
uncle
Osama
was
Bin
that?
Jefferies.
Osama Bin Jefferies.
Osama Bin Jefferies. What the fuck is that?
You know, we've always said our listeners are the funniest on radio, but they've stepped up their game this week.
Yeah, thank God.
I don't know what the fuck happened, but man, they got
Thank
even
God.
funnier. Tom in Chicago. What's up, Tom?
It's Tim. What's up, buddy?
Hey, Tim.
I was wondering when it was Jim Jefferies converted to Al Qaeda.
Jim, you got to turn this thing around, really. You got shows to sell out here, my
God
friend.
bless America. I love you all.
That's good.
Down with. I called them muzzies. Wasn't that enough?
That was
That
good.
was degrading.
I'm going to start using that. Muzzies.
Are you going to start using guilties, too?
You got muzzies and packies.
No, muzzies isn't a. It's just me and my mate say the word muzzies.
That's kind of fun, though. That should catch on.
Yeah.
The most racist thing I've heard of late. Oh, I'm not gonna. I'll tell you off air.
Oh yeah.
No,
Good.
it's not
really
good.
bad.
No,
Write it
it's-
down.
What ethnic
we
group
like,
does
we
it
like
involve?
playing write it down.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's a touchy
Write it down.
situation.
Here's a sharp.
No. I'll tell you afterwards. It's not. It's not.
I promise.
It was just a new
I won't
word
read
that
it.
I heard. No, it's a lot of explaining. It's like a diagram, like a big thing.
I like the old word.
The new word's Mondays. Have you heard that?
No.
No one likes Mondays. It's not a good.
Holy shit! Okay, I got you. Ooh, inappropriate bill.
Oh, I'm not judging. That's just what I
No, that's
heard.
good.
That's what I
You're
heard.
making points with our audience. They're a bunch of racist fucks.
I'm just trying to get back in and off the muzzies.
I think you're in.
I think it's time for line of the day. Ann. What do you
Line
think?
of the
We
you're
know
gonna get
what
an
the
argument
line
out
of the
me
day is.
on
Everyone
fucking-
knows what it is.
On a shitty
And then we get to play
Friday?
Metallica. Don't tread on me today, nice and loud for everybody.
I like it.
Because we did that 8 years ago today. Oh, Larry King's
I'd
checking
like
in
to
now.
say sorry to the people of America.
All right, let's do our first runner-up line of the day.
One night had to happen. Ricky just fucking grabbed it. Grabbed
Rammed
the
it home.
big giant red pussy. You know, it was just a giant bush.
Red
too.
bush.
Red bush.
Big clown fucking bush.
Those bushes.
Clown hair bush.
Her big fucking red bush, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then his coarse black Cuban hair just banging together like that. Wow. Yeah,
The
thank you,
Cuban
Danny.
Missile Crisis.
Yeah, that was like the Cuban Missile Crisis. His unclipped missile.
That's a paragraph.
That's a
again.
paragraph. Paragraph of the day.
Yeah, we gotta
Paragraph of the
do
day.
Dr. Steve wants to promote his show that's on Saturday night at 9 o'clock, Weird Medicine. He should have. What is he, sleeping, the lazy fuck? Call our show.
He's a doctor, for
and
the
promote
love of
your
God.
own goddamn radio show.
He's a doctor.
You better get his ass on the phone. Hold on a minute, Aunt. Larry King is checking in.
Oh,
Larry.
my God.
Yeah, I wanted to ask Jim Jefferies, how important is hating America to your comedy show?
Good question, Larry
I
King.
would have no material without it.
Let's go to Bobby. Bobby.
Hey, Bobby.
What's up, boys?
Hey, Bobby.
Hey, Jim, what song do you come out to? Black Eyed Peas, Boom, Boom, Boom?
Oh, no, that's just silly.
No, you're just being mean.
Now you're just.
Jim Jefferies will be
Being
at
stupid,
Caroline's
actually.
tonight, tomorrow, and Sunday, 212-757-4100.
I got an early late show, and I'll be getting my head kicked in an alleyway.
It's all good. Another runner-up line of the day.
The first time I went to Afghanistan, they teach you the duck and roll. You walk around with your vest on the whole time, and they give you the helmet, and they go, if you hear the siren, put your helmet on and duck and cover. Get under the bed, put your hands above your head, and then that's what you do, and hope the ceiling doesn't fall in, right? Mm-hmm. And so I'm there on the first day, and I'm just playing like my PSP, just playing video games, right? I hear, I fucking, all the soldiers are watching, but I'm like Speed Man, and I fucking duck, roll, under helmet. And then I hear, can Steve please come to the office? Can Steve?
Oh, shit.
Another
paragraph of the
another
day.
Paragraph.
We all know what line of the day is that's going to win. He only said
Oh.
about 2 jokes the whole show, but we know what it is. He fucking nailed
Otto
it.
doesn't need a lot of base hits, my
I
friend.
know, I know.
He gets up to that plate and he hits them out of the fucking park for
My
everybody.
comedy's like a
That's when you
scatter
pull
bomb.
out your fucking counter.
I just throw it out there and hope for something will hit.
I got something for Anthony. I know SiriusXM is trying to turn around the company a little bit.
Yeah.
But do we really have to like make up some money by doing Japanese tours today?
Yeah, it does look like like we're at Radio City or something.
Our boss is showing a bunch of.
It's like NBC
a
Studios
bunch of those
tour.
people.
Yeah,
around the facility.
They're called Pearl Harbors.
Oh shit!
Let me say hi to Matt in Queensbury. Matt.
Hey guys. Yeah, I have a knock joke for Jim Jefferies.
Okay.
Hey, Jim, knock.
Who's there?
9/11.
9/11 who? I thought
See
you said
that
you
fucking
wouldn't.
Aussie? He already forgot that.
Yeah.
You fucking forgot,
damn.
Jim.
Said you wouldn't forget.
Yeah,
yes,
that's wonderful.
Said you
We're
wouldn't
not
forget.
supposed to forget.
Never forget. Right.
Time for the line of the day, I think.
Here comes line of the day. Line of the day.
I'm just glad that John Denver
I
wasn't
hate
alive to see
conspiracy
this.
theorists.
Yeah, they should end that list with Pete Best too. You know, fucked so badly.
Shit.
Yeah.
That was a
Teddy Mountain Highway.
Oh, great.
that was a slow burn of that line.
Yeah,
It took us a while to get it. We were like,
Otto.
it was that good a line that we were like,
Right the fuck on,
I'm
Otto.
a wet fuse.
Otto's going to be at the Comedy Shop with Reverend Bob Levy tonight and tomorrow. Sorry, Pine Brook, New Jersey. JJComedy.com or call 866-552-6633, extension 1. You got a lot of comedy this weekend, people.
Yes.
Figure it out. What night do you see Jim and what night do you see Otto?
my
That's all you have to
DVD
worry
comes
about.
out the 13th of October. 10% of all proceeds go to Al Qaeda. Just
Let me say hi to Matt on Long Island. Matt.
Matt?
What happened here? Let's try that again. Uh-oh. Okay. Matt.
Hey, Jim, do you burn a flag during the early show or the late show tonight? Is it on?
When does the American flag burning take
I wiped
place?
my ass with it in the first show. Burn it in the second.
Mike in Jersey. Mike.
Hey, Jim, you traitor. When are you going to yell out Baba Booey?
I don't even remember saying anything bad. I can't remember exactly what I did.
Listen to the replay.
Yeah.
You'll hear it.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to go home. I'm going to go home and listen to the show again.
Yeah, just listen to it and go, I remember saying that.
Anthony Bulletin, Coast Guard incident in D.C. was a drill, supposedly. Getting that news coming in.
See? Just stop.
All right, Otto. Good to see you, buddy.
Thanks, brother.
Jim, good to see you. I'll be at one of the shows this weekend. I don't miss Jim Jefferies.
Cool.
I wish you were closer. Maybe I go to the Comedy Shop. Maybe I take a ride. How far from the city?
45 to an hour, I think. It's a schlep, but
have fun this weekend, Otto.
Yeah.
It's a little far.
You know I love you, but
I know.
If it was 10 minutes.
I hear that.
Why don't we play Don't Tread on Me? We did this 8 years ago, and
Yeah.
that guy with that fine phone call reminded us of that. So we'll crank this out for everybody to start their weekend. And we'll see you guys Monday. Thanks.
Thank you.
Monday. Thanks.
Thank you.
Monday. Thanks.
Thank you.
Monday. Thanks.
Thank you.
Monday.